Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 5, and today we're taking a look at the 2021 Mercedes-AMG GT Black Series. Now this has been in production since 2021 and is based on the standard GT, and Black Series is basically the AMG of AMG. They are another one-up from, the standard Mercedes output. Obviously AMG is another one-up from the standard Mercedes output, but yeah, Black Series is even further than that and even more hardcore. So yeah, it's got such additions as a carbon fibre anti-roll bar for the front, although it's only iron at the rear. It's got carbon fibre body panels for the bonnet, the roof, the hatch and the underbody. It's got carbon ceramic brakes, a rear wing that has active aero which produces 882 pounds of downforce at 155 miles an hour. The Michelin tyres on this car were made specifically for this vehicle, and it's got an enlarged grille to increase airflow into the engine, and it's also got performance bucket seats, as well as a whole host of other extras that I'm not really going to go into, like an adjustable, a manually adjustable front splitter. But yeah, as you can see, it's been radically overhauled in terms of the look of the vehicle, which is all functional. The air scoots, for instance, are functional. The enlarged grille, the splitter, the side skirts, the rear wing, what looks like a rear diffuser under there as well. All of it is working in tandem to make this the best handling car that the GT car can be. And I like the look of it overall, to be honest. Wasn't a massive fan of the standard GT. It looked a little bit plain and played it a little bit safe. But yeah, this definitely looks the part. And as you can see by the interior though, Mercedes, in their typical way, haven't stripped it completely out. There are some lightweight materials in here, but as you can see, it's still got its screen, still got plenty of buttons. Still, even by the looks of it, got a cup holder, and it's an automatic gearbox as well on this car. But still, it's at the end of the day, what matters is underneath it, not what the interior is like. But even despite the track potential that it's got going on, it's still a very practical car, especially for a two-seater. And you can see that it's going for being a track car, as it's even got a little checkered flag there next to its name. So if that doesn't give it away, then I don't know what else will. So in terms of the engine though, it is a massive, really rather quite a big beast. Now granted, it is the same sized engine as in the GT, 4 litre twin turbocharged V8, but now it's got 720 horsepower and 590 pounds-feet of torque, which is a massive increase in power over the standard car. That's 217 extra horsepower and 117 I think extra pounds-feet of torque thereabouts, 111 maybe. I think it's 479 in stock form. So but still a massive increase in power, and as you can see, it's going to handle a lot better around the corners. I have tried this on a Rivals mode, as that's one of the Rivals mode on the festival playlist. Get a few points across the entire season for doing that, and this performed really well on that Rivals mode. So but to see how well, let's get out onto the open road and see what this car can do. So with all of that extra power over the standard GT, this is obviously going to be quicker in terms of a straight line speed and acceleration. But to see how fast, let's get it down this drag strip and see what we can do before we hit the speed camera, and then we'll get it around its natural habitat, which is the track. So let's see what it can do. Bang it off the line with the launch control. What's it going to do? 155 miles an hour, which is where we're going to get a lot of that downforce at that kind of speed or more. And as you can see, it's got rear wheel steering as well on this car. It's not as much as say the Hummer, which we reviewed a few videos back, but it's still a noticeable amount, and obviously that will also help in terms of handling, especially when going around high speed corners. And we're gonna see what it can do around the track. Obviously we'll look at the stats before we hit the track itself. But I am very impressed by this car. I wasn't massively impressed with the two previous GT versions we've had. We've had the standard version before in previous Forza games, and we have it here. We also had the GTR version, but that was still not massively impressive, but unfortunately we don't have that on this game to compare against this. But still, as you can see by the stats, it's all very good, especially in terms of its braking and its handling. Acceleration and launch are decent, and the top speed is pretty good as well, considering all the downforce it's got going on. But yeah, it's definitely the braking and the handling that are in the impressive parts. Not fully weighted in terms of balance. It's 48% front, 52% rear, but still that is pretty good. Obviously this could be a lot lighter, but like I said before, Mercedes haven't stripped this car to the bone. It's still got plenty of luxury going on and plenty of practicality. But nonetheless, let's hear what it sounds like first, and then we'll talk about it some more. So yeah, it's a decent sounding engine, but it's not my favourite V8 sounding engine by any means. It does sound like it's had a lot of the turbochargers ramped up on it to make up for the amount of power that it needs, especially with all the downforce it's going to be generating. So yeah, the turbochargers seem to have overwhelmed the normal aspirated V8 sound, but still it sounds good enough, and yeah, it's by no means an annoying sound, which is more important as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, but as you can see, handling wise it is excellent. It's really good. It's got some understeer at times, but that's just to tell you that you're really running out of grip. But most of the time, as you can see, once you get a hang of it, it's really good around the corners, and yeah, that means that you can use the power as much as you need to use it. So yeah, 0 to 60 is dealt with in only 2.887 seconds. 0 to 100 is dealt with in only 5.986 seconds. And it will go into a top speed of 204 miles an hour, which, like I said, is really impressive for a car of this kind of downforce. I mean, it's got 886 pounds of it, or no, 882 pounds of it. Sorry, at only 155 miles an hour. So you only have to wonder how much it's generating at 200 miles an hour, and yet it's still able to go even further than that. So yeah, really impressive car. I'm not, like I said, a massive fan of the previous iterations of the GT. As yeah, like I said, I think the looks of it was a little bit safe, and it wasn't particularly exciting in terms of the power it had going out on it. Even the GTR version wasn't particularly brilliant, especially in comparison to other modified or higher up versions of standard cars. But yeah, this has gone even further. More power, better looks, more outrageous looks in general as well, because of the spoiler and the splitter and the really rather nice black accenting that it's got going on. And then you add on to that the fact that it's even quicker in a straight line, it's got better acceleration, the handling is practically perfect, especially for a car with this level of power and only being rear wheel drive. So yeah, overall it is an excellent car, and it's one you can get in the Festival Purse for only 20 points. Well worth getting, especially if you're into these kind of vehicles in general, the high powered, high speed, and handling focused kind of vehicles. It does remind me a lot of the Dodge Viper when that had its handling package put onto it, with the big spoiler and the like. But yeah, this has even more power than that, despite being a smaller engine. So yeah, really impressed by it overall, and yeah, I look forward to seeing what I can use it in other parts of this game. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.